Hello YouTubers, my name is Attila Mate from Blue Sky Photography, and today I'd like to talk to you about 10 important tips when you're buying gear. Now, as you can see, we are here in the beautiful coast of Ireland outside, and I decided to do this video outside because the weather is so nice, and I just wanted to be outside. So I thought that it will be a good change, for the scenery. So in this video I would like to talk to you about 10 important tips when you're buying gear. And these tips are, I have to tell you, it's based on my own experience and based on my own mistakes. Now it is, I would say, these tips, they are my opinion, so that's not a rule. I would say it's only my experience. And if you have some other tips, what you think that it's very important when you buy a gear, please feel free and leave a comment down below, and let's share with others and let's help others, to decide. So let's get into it and let's see the 10 most important tips. What I think that it's very important when you buy gear. Now the first tip, and this is the most important question, I would say: do you need the item what you are planning to buy or not? And I tell you that I was many times in the same situation, that I just bought something because I wanted to have it and I didn't necessarily need it. So I think that this is a very important question, if you need it or not. And you have to decide yourself if you need it or not. And how you can decide it: if that item will help you improving your photography and improving your work, then definitely you will need it. If not, then you don't need it. So it's simple as that, I would say. The second tip is, if you buy lenses, buy only new ones, or if you buy second-hand, buy only if you can try it. Now I have to tell you, many times I bought second-hand lenses, and it happened with me several times that I bought the lens and unfortunately it was defect. So the lens wasn't working when it arrived. So that's why I say that if you buy a lens, buy only new one, I would say. Or if you can buy somewhere second-hand where you can go and put your hand on it and try it, it's okay. Or if you can buy from a shop, like B&H Photo Video or Adorama, which is trustable shop, it's also okay. Tip number 3. Now, this is also my opinion, and I would say that maybe some photographers won't agree, and that's not an issue, that's not a problem. We all can have different opinions, but this is my opinion. Buy always the sharpest lens possible, because sharpness is the only thing you can't really add in post-processing. Invest more in glass, because glass will stay and bodies will go. And I have to tell you, this is my experience, that if I buy a sharp lens, very sharp lens, I can take off the sharpness if I don't want sharpness. But if I need sharpness, I cannot add it in post-processing. You cannot sharpness, but in the same time, that will not be the same, like if the lens is sharp or not. So don't forget one thing, guys. Camera is only the second part. The first and the most important part of the picture, the image quality, is the lens. So if you have a great lens, you can have a mediocre camera and you will have great pictures. But you can have an excellent camera, a professional 5,000 euro camera, and you have a bad lens, you have bad images. So all the time invest more in lenses, as buy the sharpest lenses possible. And like I said, maybe some photographers will not agree with me. That's not a big issue. But if somebody doesn't agree, please, I would like him to explain how you can do it if you need sharpness, because that's the only thing what you can't really add. You can add micro contrast, you can take out micro contrast, you can add contrast, you can add colors, you can add saturation, you can take off chromatic aberration, you can almost everything you can adjust in post-processing. Sharpness is very difficult. If you add sharpness to your pictures will not be the same. It's not the same like if you have a sharp picture from the beginning, from the camera. So tip number 4. Plan your lens purchases in such a way to change the lens as less possible. Now, this is very important, guys. Again, you are, let's say, a wedding photographer. You want to be a wedding photographer, or you want to be a, I don't know, whatever type of photographer. Most importantly, you will have 2 or 3 camera bodies, because if you are a wedding photographer, obviously you don't go with one camera body. Now, in my experience, and like I said, this is my experience, if you change your lenses because you have one main camera body and the other one is not, you keep it in your bag, you know. So if you change your lenses many times, that means that the risk that you will drop your lens or your camera, it's much higher. So what I do usually, I plan my lenses in such a way that I am covered. So I have two camera bodies, two lenses on the body, and I am most of the time covered. So I don't have to change lenses all the time. Maybe on a wedding I change lenses once or twice, and that's it. And like I told you, this is my experience, and believe me, you drop, and if you look at the statistics, most of the time you drop the lens or the camera when you change the lenses. So plan your lens purchase in such a way that you don't have to change a lot of time lenses. Tip number 5, camera bodies. I buy second hand as well, you know, but only from trustable sources. So if you buy camera body, you can buy second hand as well, not necessarily new one, but as I said, you have to buy from a trustable source. Otherwise, you know, you can end up that you have to repair the camera body because it's damaged when it arrives. Tip number 6, yeah, don't buy new camera bodies, because the newest, I would say, new releases. What I mean, if you buy new releases, you know, all the time, that means you will waste money. Every camera body, when it's after releasing, you know, it will be very expensive. If you wait 3, 4, 5 months, you know, after the camera was released, usually the price drops down with 100 or 200 euro. So it will be cheaper. You can save money. Don't rush, you know, to jump in immediately or pre-order the camera or something like that, you know, because you can save money. If you have a lot of money, it's not a problem. Then you can do it, no problem at all. But if you want to save some money, it's a good tip, you know, don't jump immediately. You need to wait a few months and then after you can buy it. Tip number 7. I buy sometimes accessories third party because I can save more money. Again, if I buy accessories, third party accessories like flashes, triggers, mainly about flashes and triggers I'm talking about, because obviously if you want a reflector or if you want something like that, you know, a softbox or something, you can buy whatever, you know, that doesn't really matter. But when we talk about flashes and triggers, you have to be able to rely on them. So I buy only from trustable brands, I would say, which is the Sigma flashes, you know, or Metz flashes, or even Yongnuo flashes, you know, they are cheap enough. Nissin flashes, I like Nissin flashes, you know, they are Japanese made, you know, they are very, very great flashes. So in the same time, you save a good few hundreds of euros when you buy third-party flashes. Now, tip number 8. All the time check the warranty conditions for the item you buy. Why I tell you this? Because it happened with me that I bought something and I forgot to check the warranty conditions, and it looked like that I lost my warranty. So I didn't have warranty in Europe. I had the warranty only in US or only in Asia, or if you buy from China. So you have to check all the time the warranty conditions, and most of the time I will try to buy items which one are covered in Europe as well for warranty. So I think that this is really important. Tip number 9. Buy only branded memory cards, never unbranded fake Chinese cards. Now, guys, I had a video how important is to have good memory cards and how important is to have dual memory card slots. I know some photographers, they won't agree again over here, that's not an issue, but in the same time, it's my experience, I lost twice data and images because the memory card got corrupted. So I suggest you very strongly that you should buy branded memory cards like Lexar or SanDisk, you know, or these kind of, you know, Panasonic or Sony or branded memory cards. You don't buy some Chinese memory cards because you can't rely on them. If you want to see that video about the memory cards, I will place again a card up here so you can see what I'm talking about. I will explain in that video about the memory card failure and why it is important to have dual SD card slots. Tip number 9. Buy native batteries only. Sometimes the third-party batteries can create difficulties with your camera, and again, it happened with me with the Sony cameras, not with the Panasonic. I didn't try with Panasonic now, but with the Sony camera it happened with me that I had unbranded, like Chinese batteries, and I sticked in the battery and it was full, and after a few minutes, like 3-4 minutes, the camera shut down. I didn't know why. I don't know what's the reason, but it happened with me several times. And this was with Chinese batteries. Now, it never happened with original Sony batteries. So what I would suggest, if you want to make sure that your camera won't shut down on you when you need mostly, you should buy branded batteries. Don't save the money on them, because the memory cards and the batteries, they go into your camera. They are very important. You can buy any other accessories, third party, Chinese, whatever, but don't save money on batteries and memory cards. Now, these are the 10 tips I was talking about, and these are, like I said, these are my experience. And if you think that you have some other tips, which one I forgot, and you think that it's important, please feel free and leave a comment down below, because the reason of these videos is to help others to make good decisions. So I hope that you will share your experience and your opinion with us, and I hope that you want to help others as well. So if you want to leave your opinion, leave a comment down below, and we can discuss it in a professional manner. Even if we don't agree on something, that's the beauty of this world, that we are all different, and that's not a problem, that's not an issue. So I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. I hope that you liked it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and share my videos, and don't forget to hit the bell button near the subscribe button to get notified when I upload another video, so you don't miss it. And other than that, I wish you a nice day, and see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.